I assume you've been listening to the foregoing conversation. Is there anything you'd like to add to it about what this J&J pause means in terms of the overall vaccination effort in the U.S.?
You bet. And I think this pause is something that people need to understand exactly why they did this. And they did it for a couple reasons. One is out of that overabundance of caution, which to me gives me good insight into what the FDA is looking at and the fact that they're taking safety extremely seriously. So they are pulling back on these 6 cases out of almost 7 million people who got vaccinated. And if you look at it in the larger context, 190 million vaccines have been given out. And we have 6 cases of this rare type of blood clot that happened. Don't even have a direct connection yet, but they're looking into it to see if there is a direct connection. And then they narrow it down to the groups that happen. It's these 18 to 48-year-olds, happen 6 to 13 days after getting the shot. And so they're going to look at all that to try and find out exactly where they need to go with this. Now, I do understand there is vaccine hesitancy out there, and this is going to cause even more hesitancy. But one way to look at it, again, is looking at the FDA, what they do, and how serious they are taking our safety measures, and compare that to the actual coronavirus itself and getting COVID and how dangerous that can be. And so, I think that puts it a little bit in perspective.
In medicine, so often, as you allude to there, it is a question of risk versus reward, and obviously the grave risk of corona is one thing, and here is one in a million. I take the point that this could add to vaccine hesitancy. On the other hand, I think I heard Dr. Fauci say, in truth, look at it the other way. The fact that the FDA jumped in as quickly as it did, 6 cases out of nearly 7 million, should give you confidence that they're really paying attention to what's going on in the field, and don't be hesitant.
Exactly, and that should give you real confidence that they are looking there. And like you said, there were no red flags with the other vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna. With this one, again, they're not sure of that connection, but they're looking into it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with what we call a label change. If they essentially said, okay, there's a specific subgroup, like somebody had mentioned earlier, maybe women taking certain medications or with certain medical histories that shouldn't be taking this during certain ages, and then beyond that, everybody else is okay taking it. That's the kind of thing that the FDA does to make sure they really drill down into the safety aspects of everything they give out, including these vaccines. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and so these vaccines came out earlier than they usually do, but they didn't take any shortcuts. They didn't take any safety breaks to try and make sure they got this out. They made sure it's safe. None of these showed up in human trials. We're starting to see them now, but it's the system working, and this is exactly what the system should be doing, looking at people, following people, and if something comes up, taking this pause, taking this step back to find out why, and then moving forward again.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.